The Journey of Alex, a tale of adventure and discovery. Alex had always dreamed of adventure. Ever since he was a small boy, he would listen to his grandfather's stories of faraway places and heroic deeds. The tales painted vivid pictures in his mind. He could see the lush green hills of distant lands, hear the rushing rivers, and feel the thrill of discovery. Alex wanted to experience it all. But life in his small town was simple and predictable. His days were filled with school, chores, and quiet evenings at home. His parents loved him dearly, but were very protective. They always warned him to stay safe, to avoid unnecessary risks. They believed that adventure was dangerous, and that it was better to be careful. One sunny morning, as Alex was walking to school, he found a small flyer on the ground. It was bright and colorful, advertising a summer camp for young explorers. The camp promised exciting activities like hiking, rock climbing, and canoeing. Alex felt a spark of excitement ignite in his heart. This was the adventure he had been waiting for. As he walked home that day, he couldn't shake the thought of the camp. He envisioned himself climbing mountains, navigating through forests, and making new friends. He imagined telling his grandfather about all his thrilling experiences. But as he reached home, doubt crept in. What would his parents say? Would they allow him to go? That evening, Alex gathered his courage. He sat at the dinner table, his heart racing as he brought up the subject. "Mom, Dad," he began, "there's a summer camp for explorers, and I want to go." His parents exchanged worried glances. "It sounds exciting, Alex," his mother said slowly, "but it could be dangerous. You're still young. What if something happens?" "We can't risk your safety," his father added firmly. "You can have adventures closer to home. There's no need to go away." Alex felt a wave of disappointment wash over him. He knew they were only trying to protect him, but he felt stifled. He wanted to explore the world and discover new things. That night, he lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, dreaming of the camp and all the adventures he could have. Days passed, and the camp's start date drew nearer. Alex could hardly concentrate on anything else. He spent his evenings researching the activities he would miss, imagining how much fun it would be to make new friends and experience the thrill of the great outdoors. He was determined to find a way to convince his parents. One weekend, Alex decided to take matters into his own hands. He made a list of reasons why he should go to the camp. He wrote about the skills he would learn, the new friends he would make, and how much he wanted to embrace adventure. He also promised to be careful and to keep in touch regularly. With the list in hand, Alex approached his parents once again. "Please, just read this," he pleaded, handing them his neatly written paper. His parents looked at each other, then back at him. They took the paper and began to read. Alex watched their faces closely, hoping to see a hint of understanding. After a few moments, his mother sighed. "Alex, we appreciate how much effort you put into this. But it's not just about what you want, we worry about your safety. We know you're growing up, but we still want to protect you," his father added. Feeling frustrated, Alex clenched his fists. "I understand, but I can't learn about the world if I never get to see it. This camp could be an important step for me." His parents exchanged another glance. They could see the determination in Alex's eyes. Finally, his mother spoke. "If you promise to be careful and check in with us regularly, we will consider it. But you must understand the risks involved." Alex felt a rush of excitement. "I promise. I'll be careful," he exclaimed, unable to hide his joy. "Thank you. Thank you." Over the next few days, Alex prepared for the camp with great enthusiasm. He gathered his gear, packed his clothes, and made sure he had everything he needed for the adventure ahead. He couldn't wait to tell his grandfather about his decision. He knew how proud he would be. Finally, the day of departure arrived. Alex woke up early, his heart pounding with excitement. He ate a quick breakfast and double-checked his packing. His parents helped him load his things into the car, and soon they were on their way to the camp. As they drove, Alex looked out the window, watching the landscape change from familiar fields to towering trees and winding roads. The anticipation grew with each passing moment. He could hardly sit still. When they arrived at the camp, Alex's eyes widened in awe. It was situated by a sparkling lake, surrounded by majestic mountains. Children were running around, laughing and playing, while camp counselors greeted newcomers with warm smiles. The atmosphere was lively, and Alex could feel his heart swell with excitement. His parents helped him check in, but as they prepared to leave, Alex felt a sudden wave of nervousness. What if I don't fit in? He thought. What if I don't make any friends? The doubts began to creep in. Remember, Alex, you can always call us if you need anything. His mother reminded him as she hugged him tightly. You're going to do great. With a final wave, they drove away, leaving Alex standing in front of the bustling camp. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, ready to embrace this new chapter of his life. The first day was filled with activities. Alex met other campers and participated in icebreaker games. At first, he felt shy and awkward, but gradually he warmed up to the others. They played games, shared stories, and began to bond over their shared excitement for the adventure ahead. That evening, the campers gathered around a large campfire. The counselors told stories about the stars and the importance of nature. Alex listened intently, feeling a sense of belonging wash over him. As he gazed up at the night sky, he marveled at the countless stars twinkling above. For the first time in a long while, he felt free. The next day brought new challenges. The campers were split into groups for hiking. Alex was excited but also nervous. Hiking up a mountain was not something he had done before. As they set off, he felt a mix of fear and thrill. The trail was steep, and at times he struggled to keep up. "Come on, Alex, you can do it," a fellow camper named Mia encouraged him. Her bright smile gave him the boost he needed. They climbed together, laughing and chatting, and soon Alex found his rhythm. Reaching the summit was exhilarating. They stood together, taking in the breathtaking view of the valley below. Alex couldn't believe how far he had come, both physically and personally. This was what he had longed for: adventure, freedom, and the joy of discovering new things. As the week progressed, Alex faced various challenges, from canoeing to rock climbing. Each activity pushed him out of his comfort zone, and he learned to overcome his fears. He felt more confident with each accomplishment. But there were moments of doubt, too. One afternoon, while they were practicing climbing, Alex slipped and fell. It was a minor fall, but the jolt of fear coursed through him. He landed on the soft ground, but the panic in his chest felt real. His heart raced as he lay there for a moment, trying to catch his breath. "Are you okay?" Mia rushed over, her face filled with concern. "Yeah, I'm fine," Alex replied, brushing off the dirt from his clothes. But inside he felt shaken. He had come so far, and yet the fear of danger lingered. What if he got hurt? What if he couldn't keep up? That evening, as the campers gathered for another night by the fire, Alex sat quietly, reflecting on his day. The crackling flames warmed his face, but he felt a cold knot in his stomach. He listened to the laughter around him, but the doubt weighed heavily on his mind. Mia sat down beside him. "Hey, are you all right? You seem a bit off." Alex hesitated. I'm scared I won't be able to do everything." "What if I fail?" Mia smiled softly. "You won't fail. Everyone has fears. It's part of trying new things. You just have to keep pushing forward, one step at a time." Her words resonated with him. He realized that everyone felt scared at times. It was normal to have doubts. What mattered was how he responded to them. The next day, they faced the biggest challenge yet, a multi-day hiking and camping trip in the wilderness. Alex was both excited and terrified. The thought of sleeping under the stars and cooking over an open fire thrilled him. But he couldn't shake the fear of getting lost or not being able to keep up. As they set off on the trail, Alex focused on his surroundings. The forest was beautiful, filled with tall trees and the sound of birds singing. He took a deep breath, feeling the fresh air fill his lungs. This was it, the adventure he had always dreamed of. On the first night, they set up camp near a sparkling stream. The counselors taught them how to pitch tents and prepare food. Alex helped gather firewood, feeling proud to contribute. That evening, they shared stories and roasted marshmallows over the fire. The sweet, gooey treats melted in their mouths, and laughter filled the air. Alex felt a warmth inside him that he had never experienced before. It was a sense of belonging and joy, surrounded by friends who shared his love for adventure. As the days went by, Alex's confidence grew. They hiked through thick forests, crossed bubbling streams, and even climbed rocky hills that challenged their strength and endurance. Every step felt like a victory, and with each accomplishment, his fears began to fade. However, the third day brought unexpected challenges. As they trekked deeper into the woods, dark clouds began to gather overhead. The temperature dropped, and the wind picked up. Alex glanced at his fellow campers, and they exchanged worried looks. It wasn't long before the first raindrops began to fall. "Quick! Everyone, put on your rain gear," a counselor shouted over the sound of thunder rumbling in the distance. The campers scrambled to find their jackets and ponchos, laughter turning to nervous chatter as the rain began to pour. Alex tugged on his raincoat, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. This was the adventure he had sought, but it was also intimidating. Would they be safe in the storm? As the rain fell heavier, the trail became muddy and slippery. Alex stumbled, nearly losing his footing, but he quickly caught himself. The trees swayed in the wind, and the sound of the rain pounding on leaves surrounded them. "Stay close." The counselors called out, their voices firm yet reassuring. They pushed forward, navigating through the downpour. Despite the challenging conditions, Alex felt a thrill coursing through him. This was an adventure unlike any he had imagined. He was out in nature, battling the elements with his friends by his side. After what felt like an eternity, they finally reached a small clearing. The counselors led them to a makeshift shelter under a large overhanging rock, where they could wait out the storm. Everyone huddled together, shaking off water and catching their breath. "Yeah, but that was intense," Mia exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Alex nodded in agreement, feeling a rush of adrenaline. "I thought I was going to fall." The group laughed, their spirits lifting. They shared stories of their previous adventures, and despite the rain, there was a sense of camaraderie that made the experience enjoyable. Alex felt a deep sense of gratitude for the friends he had made. After the storm passed, the sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden light over the forest. The air was fresh, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. They resumed their hike, now energized by the challenge they had faced together. As they reached the campsite for the night, Alex felt a sense of accomplishment. They set up tents, gathered wood for the fire, and prepared dinner. He was proud of himself for overcoming his fears and pushing through the difficult moments. That night, as they sat around the fire, he felt more connected to the group than ever before. "Tonight, let's share our dreams," one of the counselors suggested. "What do you all want to achieve in the future?" One by one, campers began to share their aspirations. Some dreamed of becoming athletes, others wanted to travel the world, while others aspired to be scientists or artists. When it was Alex's turn, he took a deep breath. "I want to explore as many places as I can," he said, his voice steady. "I want to learn about different cultures and meet new people. And I want to be brave enough to face any challenges that come my way." His words resonated with the group. They nodded in agreement, and Alex could see the spark of adventure in their eyes too. This camp had become more than just an escape. It had ignited a fire within him to pursue his dreams. The days passed quickly, filled with exploration, laughter, and challenges. They kayaked across the lake, climbed rock walls, and participated in team-building exercises. Alex felt himself growing stronger, both physically and emotionally. He learned to trust himself and his instincts. As the week came to an end, the campers gathered for a final reflection by the campfire. Alex felt a mix of sadness and gratitude. He had formed bonds that he knew would last a lifetime. The camp had given him more than just skills. It had shown him the importance of friendship, courage, and self-discovery. As they sat together, the counselors handed out certificates of completion. Alex received his with pride, a symbol of his growth and achievements. "Remember, this is just the beginning of your adventures," one of the counselors said, smiling. "Carry these experiences with you as you continue to explore the world." That night, as Alex lay in his sleeping bag, he thought about how far he had come. He had faced his fears, made new friends, and discovered a sense of adventure he had only dreamed of before. He felt a sense of peace and fulfillment that he had never known. The next morning, as they packed their belongings and prepared to head home, Alex looked out at the mountains one last time. The sun shone brightly, illuminating the beauty around him. He felt a deep sense of gratitude for the experience and the memories he would carry with him. As they loaded into the bus that would take them back to their families, Alex reflected on everything he had learned. He understood that adventure wasn't just about the thrill. It was about facing challenges, overcoming fears, and embracing the unknown. When the bus arrived at the drop-off point, Alex spotted his parents waiting for him. They waved enthusiastically, and he ran to greet them, filled with excitement to share his stories. "How was it?" his mother asked, pulling him into a warm embrace. "It was amazing. I climbed mountains, went kayaking, and made so many friends," Alex exclaimed, his eyes shining. His father smiled, looking relieved and proud. "We knew you could do it, Alex. You were brave to go." "I learned so much about myself," Alex replied, feeling the weight of his journey settle into his heart. "I can't wait to go back next summer." As they drove home, Alex recounted every detail of his adventure. His parents listened intently, their worries eased by his enthusiasm. They could see the transformation in their son. He was more confident, more alive. That night, as he lay in bed, Alex closed his eyes and replayed the moments from camp in his mind. He could still feel the rush of the wind on his face, the warmth of the fire, and the laughter of his friends. He knew that this was just the beginning. With a smile on his face, he drifted off to sleep, dreaming of future adventures yet to come. He was ready to embrace whatever life had in store for him, armed with the courage he had discovered within himself. In the days that followed, Alex shared his experience with everyone he met. He encouraged his friends to join him on new adventures, and even started a small hiking club at school. Together, they explored local trails, climbed hills, and created their own memories of adventure. Each hike brought new challenges, but Alex no longer feared them. He welcomed the obstacles, understanding that they were a part of growth. He became a leader among his peers, helping others to face their fears and encouraging them to step outside their comfort zones. Alex's journey had changed him in ways he couldn't have imagined. He learned the value of teamwork, friendship, and resilience. He realized that adventure was not just about thrilling experiences. It was about embracing life fully, even in the face of fear. One sunny Saturday, while hiking with his friends, Alex felt a sense of contentment wash over him. They reached a scenic viewpoint, overlooking the valley below, and he took a moment to appreciate how far he had come. "This is amazing," one of his friends exclaimed, breathless from the climb. "I know, and it's just the beginning," Alex replied, feeling the excitement bubbling inside him. As they sat together, sharing snacks and laughter, Alex felt grateful for the journey he had embarked on. He understood that adventure could be found in everyday moments, in the courage to try something new, and in the bonds he formed with those around him. From that day forward, Alex was determined to live his life to the fullest. He would continue to seek out new adventures, to face his fears, and to inspire others to do the same. His heart was open to the world, and he was ready for whatever lay ahead. As the weeks turned into months, Alex continued to cultivate his love for adventure. The hiking club he started at school grew in popularity, attracting friends and classmates who were eager to explore the great outdoors. Each Saturday, they would set out on a new trail, discovering hidden gems in their local area. From serene lakes to challenging mountain paths, every hike brought new experiences and deepened their bond as a group. One crisp autumn morning, the club planned a weekend camping trip at a nearby national park. Alex felt a surge of excitement as he packed his gear, carefully selecting the essentials: a sleeping bag, a sturdy tent, plenty of snacks, and a journal to document their adventures. He wanted to capture every moment, every feeling, and every lesson learned. On the day of the trip, the sun shone brightly, illuminating the path as they loaded their gear into cars. The group's energy was infectious, filled with laughter and anticipation. As they arrived at the park, the vibrant colors of the changing leaves greeted them. Reds, oranges, and yellows painted the landscape, creating a breathtaking backdrop for their adventure. "Let's set up camp first, then we can explore," Alex suggested, taking the lead as they found the perfect spot near a gentle stream. They quickly set up their tents, working together as a team. The excitement in the air was palpable, and soon they were gathered around a crackling campfire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the stars began to twinkle in the clear night sky, casting a magical glow over their campsite. That night, they took turns sharing their dreams and fears under the starlit sky. Each person spoke with vulnerability, revealing aspirations they had never voiced before. Alex listened intently, feeling a strong connection to his friends as they opened up. It was in that moment he realized how important it was to support each other in pursuing their dreams, no matter how big or small. As the fire flickered and the night grew colder, they decided to play a game. "Let's have a storytelling competition," Mia exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "The best storyteller wins the last s'more." The group erupted in laughter as they each took turns weaving imaginative tales of brave knights, mythical creatures, and faraway lands. Alex's heart swelled with joy as he listened to the creativity and passion in each story. He admired how everyone brought their unique perspectives to the table, making each tale special. When it was Alex's turn, he stood up, clearing his throat. "Once upon a time, in a forest much like this one, there lived a curious young boy who longed for adventure. He dreamed of exploring the unknown and discovering hidden treasures." As he spoke, Alex felt transported into the story. He spoke of bravery, friendship, and the importance of believing in oneself. His friends listened intently, captivated by his words. When he finished, there was a moment of silence before they erupted in cheers. "You definitely deserve that last s'more," shouted one of his friends, handing it over with a grin. The next morning, they awoke to the sound of birds chirping and the sun filtering through the trees. After a hearty breakfast, they decided to hike to a nearby waterfall. The anticipation grew as they trekked through the forest, the sound of rushing water drawing them closer. As they reached the waterfall, the sight took their breath away. Water cascaded down the rocks, sparkling in the sunlight, creating a rainbow mist that danced in the air. They cheered in delight, rushing to the water's edge to feel the cool spray against their faces. "This is incredible," Alex exclaimed, his heart racing with excitement. "Let's take a group photo." They huddled together, arms around each other, smiles wide as they captured the moment. The waterfall served as a reminder of the beauty of nature and the importance of friendship. Alex felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that this experience would forever hold a special place in their hearts. After spending time at the waterfall, they returned to their campsite for lunch. As they gathered around the picnic table, Alex's mind buzzed with ideas. "What if we create a club project to give back to the park?" he proposed. "We could organize a cleanup day to help keep it beautiful." The group enthusiastically agreed, and they began brainstorming ways to promote the event. They decided to create posters and spread the word throughout the school and local community. It was a way for them to combine their love for adventure with a sense of responsibility. In the weeks leading up to the cleanup day, they worked tirelessly to promote their cause. They spoke to teachers, handed out flyers, and even set up a booth at the school fair. As the event approached, excitement grew among their classmates and friends. Finally, the day of the cleanup arrived. Alex and his friends met at the park, armed with gloves, trash bags, and a sense of purpose. They were joined by other volunteers, each eager to make a difference. The day was filled with laughter and teamwork as they combed through the trails, picking up litter and debris. Alex felt a sense of pride watching everyone work together. It was heartwarming to see so many people come together for a common goal, united by their love for nature. By the end of the day, they had collected an impressive amount of trash, transforming the park into a cleaner, more beautiful space. As they stood together, looking at their accomplishments, Alex felt a wave of satisfaction wash over him. They had made a tangible difference in their community, and it was an adventure that transcended the thrill of the hike. To celebrate their success, they gathered for a picnic in the park. They shared stories of their favorite moments from the cleanup and reminisced about their camping trip. As they ate and laughed, Alex realized that the friendships he had formed were just as valuable as the adventures they had experienced. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange, Alex made a promise to himself. He would continue to seek adventure, not just for himself, but for the sake of the world around him. He understood the importance of protecting the environment and giving back to the community that had given him so much. With the hiking club thriving, Alex began to explore even more ways to engage with nature and encourage others to do the same. He organized monthly hikes, bringing in guest speakers who shared their experiences in conservation and outdoor adventure. He wanted to inspire his peers to not only enjoy the beauty of nature, but to also take action to preserve it. As the school year progressed, Alex found himself more passionate than ever. He started a blog to document his adventures and the club's initiatives. Each post was filled with stories, tips, and reflections on the importance of adventure and environmental stewardship. He hoped to inspire readers to explore the outdoors and make a positive impact on their communities. With each hike, each project, and each story, Alex was growing. Not just as an adventurer, but as a leader. His confidence flourished, and he became a role model for younger students. They looked up to him, eager to join the hiking club and follow in his footsteps. One day, while volunteering at a local community event, Alex met a girl named Lily. She was shy but had a love for nature that shone through her quiet demeanor. After chatting with her, Alex invited Lily to join the hiking club. She hesitated at first, unsure of herself, but with Alex's encouragement, she decided to give it a try. During their first hike together, Alex made it a point to support Lily, guiding her through the trail and sharing stories about the different plants and animals they encountered. By the end of the day, Lily's confidence had blossomed. She thanked Alex for making her feel welcome, and they quickly became friends. As the seasons changed, so did the focus of the hiking club. With winter approaching, they planned snowshoeing trips and winter hikes, embracing the beauty of the season. Alex loved the challenge of hiking in the snow, the crisp air invigorating him with every step. One snowy Saturday, they set out on a trail that wound through a dense forest. The world around them was a winter wonderland, with snow-dusted trees and a soft blanket of white covering the ground. The air was cold, but the camaraderie among the group warmed their spirits. As they trekked through the snow, Alex noticed Lily lagging behind. Concerned, he turned back to check on her. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice filled with genuine care. "I'm just a bit tired," Lily replied, her breath visible in the chilly air. "I'm not used to this." "Let's take a break," Alex suggested, motioning for the group to pause. They gathered around, catching their breath and sharing snacks. "I love how peaceful it is out here," Lily said, looking around at the tranquil scenery. "It's like a dream." "It really is," Alex agreed, feeling a sense of contentment wash over him. He wanted to ensure that everyone felt included and encouraged, especially Lily. With renewed energy, they continued on their hike, taking turns leading the way and sharing their favorite winter activities. Alex's leadership style shone through as he kept an eye on everyone, making sure no one was left behind. As they reached a beautiful overlook, the group marveled at the breathtaking view of the snow-covered valley below. Alex couldn't help but feel grateful for the journey they had taken together. The sense of adventure had grown deeper, intertwining with friendship and personal growth. That winter, the hiking club organized a winter festival at the school, complete with outdoor games, hot cocoa, and educational booths about winter ecology. Alex felt a sense of pride as he watched his vision come to life. The festival was a culmination of all their hard work and passion for the outdoors, and the energy in the air was electric. As students and families arrived, Alex took a moment to appreciate how far they had come. The once small hiking club had transformed into a vibrant community, fostering a love for nature and encouraging environmental awareness. His friends were bustling around, setting up booths and organizing activities. Laughter filled the air as children built snowmen, while others engaged in friendly snowball fights. Alex stood at the entrance, greeting attendees with a warm smile. "Welcome to our winter festival. We have games, hot cocoa, and lots of fun activities for everyone." He could see parents looking impressed, and he felt proud that their efforts were finally paying off. The festival kicked off with a series of games. One popular event was a snowshoe race, where participants donned oversized snowshoes and raced to the finish line. Alex watched as friends and family cheered on their competitors, the spirit of friendly rivalry palpable. Lily, who had quickly found her footing with the hiking club, was particularly enthusiastic about joining the race. "Go, Lily, you've got this," Alex shouted, clapping his hands as she sprinted ahead. Determination etched on her face. To everyone's surprise, she crossed the finish line first, her joy contagious as she celebrated with her fellow racers. After the races, Alex invited everyone to gather around for a storytelling session. "We have a special guest today," he announced, pointing to a local ranger who had come to share her experiences in the wild. The ranger spoke about the importance of conservation and her adventures in the national park. The kids listened with wide eyes, captivated by her tales of encounters with wildlife and her work to protect the environment. Alex felt a spark of inspiration. He knew that storytelling was a powerful way to connect with others and instill a sense of responsibility toward nature. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the festival, the group gathered for hot cocoa and marshmallows. Alex found himself reflecting on how much he had learned through this journey. He thought about his initial dreams and the adventures that had led him to this moment, his love for nature, his friendships, and the desire to make a difference. "Thank you, everyone, for making this festival possible," he said, standing up to address the crowd. "Let's continue to explore, learn, and protect our beautiful world together." Cheers erupted from the audience, their enthusiasm warming Alex's heart. The evening ended with a community sing-along around the fire pit, their voices echoing through the crisp night air. As winter gave way to spring, the hiking club expanded its efforts, focusing on sustainability and education. They began partnering with local organizations to organize workshops on environmental issues. Alex invited experts to speak about topics like recycling, wildlife conservation, and the effects of climate change. These workshops inspired many students to take action in their own lives. Alex was thrilled to see his friends become advocates for environmental responsibility. Lily, who had initially been shy, blossomed into a confident speaker, sharing her newfound passion for sustainability with her peers. One sunny afternoon, as the trees began to bloom and the flowers emerged from their winter slumber, Alex and the club set out on a new adventure. They planned a multi-day hiking trip to a national park further from home, a journey that would test their skills and deepen their connection to nature. The night before their departure, Alex packed his gear with care, ensuring he had everything they would need: food, tents, sleeping bags, and of course his trusty journal. He couldn't contain his excitement, his heart racing at the thought of the adventure ahead. When the morning of the trip arrived, the group gathered at the school, backpacks strapped tightly and spirits high. Alex led them in a quick briefing, going over the plan and emphasizing the importance of teamwork and safety. "Remember, we're all in this together," he reminded them. "If anyone needs help, don't hesitate to ask, and let's make sure to leave no trace behind." With a chorus of agreement, they piled into cars, chatting animatedly about the trails they would conquer and the memories they would create. The drive was filled with laughter, music, and dreams of the days ahead. Upon arriving at the park, the group was immediately struck by the breathtaking beauty that surrounded them. Towering mountains loomed in the distance, and the air was fresh and invigorating. As they stepped out of the car, Alex felt a surge of energy. This was what adventure was all about. They began their hike, the trail winding through towering pines and blooming wildflowers. Alex led the way, sharing interesting facts about the flora and fauna they encountered. They stopped often to take photos, capturing the joy on each other's faces. After a few hours of hiking, they reached a stunning overlook. The view was awe-inspiring, the vast expanse of mountains stretching as far as the eye could see, with a river winding through the valley below. Alex felt a sense of gratitude wash over him. This was the beauty he had always sought, the thrill of adventure intertwined with the peace of nature. "This is incredible," Mia exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with delight. "I can't believe we're actually here." As they rested and enjoyed the scenery, Alex took out his journal. He began to write, capturing the moment, the laughter, the friendships, and the beauty of the world around them. He realized that documenting these experiences was as important as living them. "Let's make a pact," he proposed to the group. "Every night, we'll share our favorite moments of the day. It'll be a way to remember everything we've experienced together." The group nodded enthusiastically, and the pact was sealed with laughter and promises. As they continued their hike, Alex felt a deeper connection to his friends. They were sharing not just the trail, but their thoughts and feelings, making the adventure all the more meaningful. That evening, they set up camp under a canopy of stars, the sound of crickets serenading them. As they gathered around the fire, Alex encouraged everyone to share their favorite moments from the day. "I loved when we saw that deer," Lily said, her face aglow with excitement. "It felt like we were in a nature documentary." "I enjoyed the view from the overlook," Mia added. "It was like a painting come to life." Alex smiled as he listened, feeling a sense of fulfillment. Their stories reflected their growth, their friendships, and their love for adventure. When it was his turn, Alex shared how grateful he was for their camaraderie and how these moments would forever be etched in his memory. He spoke of the importance of friendship, adventure, and the journey they were all on together. As the fire crackled, casting warm light on their faces, Alex realized that this was more than just a hiking trip. It was a celebration of everything they had built together. It was a testament to their growth, their passion for nature, and their commitment to each other. The next day, they set out on a new trail, eager to explore more of the park. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers. As they hiked, they encountered new challenges, steep climbs, rocky terrain, and breathtaking views that took their breath away. During one particularly steep ascent, Lily struggled. "I can't do this," she said, her voice tinged with frustration. "Of course you can," Alex replied encouragingly. "Just take it one step at a time. We're right here with you." With Alex's support and the group rallying around her, Lily pushed through her doubts. Slowly but surely, she made her way to the top, and when she finally reached the summit, the look of triumph on her face was priceless. "I did it," she shouted, her eyes shining with tears of joy. The group erupted in cheers, celebrating her victory together. Alex felt a wave of pride wash over him. It was moments like these that made all the challenges worthwhile. The ability to uplift one another and celebrate each other's achievements. As the days passed, their adventure continued to unfold. They hiked to stunning vistas, explored hidden caves, and even encountered a family of bears from a safe distance. Each moment was filled with wonder and excitement, and Alex reveled in the beauty of nature and the friendships that flourished along the way. On their last night of camping, they gathered for one final storytelling session. The stars twinkled above them like diamonds, and the fire crackled softly. Alex felt a sense of bittersweet nostalgia wash over him. "These past few days have been unforgettable," he began, looking around at his friends. "We've shared so much together, adventures, challenges, and laughter. I'm grateful to have each of you by my side." One by one, they shared their reflections, recounting their favorite moments from the trip. They laughed, cried, and celebrated their journey together, knowing that these memories would last a lifetime. As they settled into their sleeping bags that night, Alex felt a deep sense of contentment. The adventure had brought them closer, and he knew that the bonds they had formed would extend beyond this trip. With a heart full of gratitude, Alex drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures yet to come. Conclusion. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Alex and his friends sat around the warm glow of the campfire, reflecting on their incredible journey. They realized that their adventures were not just about exploring the outdoors, but about building unbreakable bonds and fostering a love for nature. Each hike, every community project, and all the shared experiences had woven them together into a family united by purpose and passion. They had grown not only as individuals, but as a team dedicated to making a difference in their community and the world around them. With a shared commitment to inspire others and protect the beauty of nature, Alex knew that their story was just beginning. Adventure awaited them around every corner, and together they would embrace it with open hearts and eager spirits, knowing that the journey was as important as the destination.